Hi everybody. I want to talk to you about burdock root soup. And maybe you haven't ever heard of burdock. This is what it looks like. And this is what it looks like in length compared to a carrot. Burdock root is 50 times more grounding than any other root vegetable. You have to dig this out. You can't pull this out. This is a beautiful piece of burdock, by the way. If you see it and it's big, thick, and gnarly, you don't want that. And if you see it very thin and wrinkly, you don't want that. This is a beautiful species right here of burdock root. This rehabilitates your liver. This is liver food. It's full of trace minerals, vitamin A, C, K, enzymes, and this literally can take, your liver should be spongy, and nowadays it's usually hard. So this brings it back to that spongy consistency. It's perfect. It's for the lower part of the body. All the roots like this are for the lower part of the body. Then the round vegetables are for the middle part, like the onions, the cabbage, the cauliflower. And then the leafy greens, which are in this soup. This is going to be bok choy in this soup. It's for the lungs. Kale, collards, beet greens, all mizuna, all the leafy greens are for the lungs. So we're actually getting to every area of the body with this. This is such a simple soup, and this is the time of year you can get burdock, the fall, winter. So I wait for burdock. You can just put water in a soup pot. I've decided to change it up a bit, but you can start as simple as that, just water in a pot. I have put a little bit of toasted sesame oil, and in here is a tablespoon of minced ginger, tablespoon of minced garlic, might have more garlic, I love garlic, and one yellow onion. And I just sauteed a bit. Remember, the longer you saute onions, the sweeter they get. So what I'm doing for my water for this, or my broth, is I'm using something called Kombu. It's a sea vegetable. It takes heavy metals out of your body. It's Kombu, and I'll have it in the description where I get mine. This is beautiful Kombu. So nice and clean. So this is Kombu before I have a pot of water here where I boiled some Kombu for 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like once it's been boiled. And this creates a lovely broth. Now you can throw it out. I don't. I take it out, I dice it up, put it back in the soup. Nobody's going to know it's there. Takes radioactivity out of your body. It's full of minerals. Sea vegetables is wonderful natural minerals that you're getting. So I'm just going to pour this right in here. And that's going to be my broth. But remember, you could just start with regular water if you want. I do not use animal broths. I will put this in later because no matter what, an animal has to be killed. And people like to say humanely, but does anybody consider being killed humane? I mean, in that sense. You know, animals have a central nervous system, just like we do. They feel, they care. Mama cows cry when their babies are taken away. They'll cry all night long, you know, because their babies are taken away so that we can eat the meat or that we can have dairy products. So soup, every culture has soup. Soup is good for the digestion. As I'm talking, I'm going to put a few more ingredients. Basically, every other ingredient is 2 cups. So I've got 2 cups of sliced carrots going in here. And it's so simple. This soup is so simple. I've got 2 cups of mushrooms. I use the baby bellows. Tend to like those. But whatever your favorite one, white ones, white buttons would be fine. And this is the burdock sliced. That's going in. So that is what I do is I bring this to the boil. I'll dice up my kombu later. And oh my goodness, this is gonna be so nurturing. So think of soups like a cup of this in the morning, on a cold morning. What a great day. mid-afternoon, you know, when you're getting hungry, have a cup of soup. This type of thing you could make at the beginning of the week, and it can last you, you know, for the next 4 days. You know, having it at lunch with you know, maybe a piece of gluten-free bread and without eggs too. Always check your gluten-free, because there's a lot of eggs and dairy in the gluten-free products. So why cool? A soup to me is supposed to be nurturing, calming, restful. It's like burdock is like giving yourself a big hug. That's what it's like. It's that type of nurturing. So you don't want to use any animal broths, or even, you don't have to use vegetable broths. A piece of kombu will do it, or the straight water will do it. And you'll be fine. Now, at the end of this, towards the end of cooking, I'm going to turn it up here a bit. I'm in somebody else's kitchen again. This is the most magnificent stove I've ever cooked on. It's a Fox. I believe it's called a Fox. It is just amazing. It's just a pleasure. So towards the end, I'll put in the 2 cups of sliced up bok choy. Now, if you don't have bok choy, you can use kales. You can use any other leafy green, really. And hopefully you can get burdock. And look for a good one, like I showed you. If you can't find burdock, you can use parsnips, but really it's not the same. It's not the same. This has such a woody, strengthening taste, nurturing, just like a hug. The other thing I do with burdock, you can juice it. You can have it like carrot sticks, you know, just peel it and have it like carrot sticks, eat it raw. Another of my favorite, which I've got in an old cooking video, is making something called tempera, which would mean you matchstick the burdock and you matchstick carrot, equal amounts. Then you would saute it in a pan with olive oil or toasted sesame oil, and saute that nicely. Then put a little bit of water to cover it, and to cover the bottom. Then cover the pan and let it cook until they soften up. 10 minutes, let's say, on a soft simmer. And at the very end, put some tamari or some soy sauce. You know, if you're gluten sensitive, tamari. And oh my God, that is so nice. Equal amounts, matchsticks. And matchsticks, I will do a video just on different slicing, simple slicings. But it's just slicing through the carrot, and then when you have those slices, lining them up and slicing through like little matchsticks that you have. So big liver, it rehabilitates the liver. It will make the liver nice and spongy again. It'll take off, you know, it'll heal it from cysts and adhesions, and it'll get into the deepest part of the liver, the densest part of the liver. So, you know, our liver goes through so much. I think it's like, I think it's, if I remember correctly, like 5,000 different operations, something like that. It's huge, whatever it is, it's huge. And it's so overworked with all the viruses, with all the antibiotics, with all the chemicals. It's trying to process all of this, and it needs nurturing. So burdock root, I know there's a place in Vermont that you can mail order burdock, but I don't remember where. If I do get it, I'll put it in the descriptions if I find it. Just make sure you get a good quality burdock. You know, most people, a lot of people, I happen to be fortunate enough to have a food co-op that it's just a joy standing in their vegetable section. It's just a joy. And they have beautiful, they care about what they have, and they know quality. Some of the stores just order this, and they got these big, thick, gnarly burdock that are old, and you know, the soup's just not going to taste good. So I wanted to introduce you to this. Now, at the end of it, you could put a half a teaspoon of sea salt. You're good to go. All right? And how you check is just take a fork and see if you can get through the burdock and the carrot that it's soft, and you know it's done. So I personally like to put miso at the very end. Never want to put miso, never want to boil miso, because you'll kill the enzymes. Probiotic, natural probiotic. Miso is something, you notice this is a glass jar. You don't want to buy it in plastic. And South River Miso, top of the line, love it. You can go online and find them, southrivermiso.com. They'll even have videos of making the miso the traditional Japanese way. So when I heat my soup to eat it, I will put like a teaspoon of miso and stir it in my soup. I have a little mesh thing to do that with, and I'll add it to my soup individually because, you know, I'm alone. So Bree's, though, when I was cooking for Bree, I did the same thing. I took hers out because she had a very low amount of salt and put it in each serving. So if I was making it for 2 days or 3 days, I would do that ahead of time. And then when I reheated it, I made sure I didn't boil it. Okay, that's really, really important because we get rushed and stuff. This is about calming. This is about, you know, it's getting colder, having that wonderful nurturing soup and just savoring it. So good for our digestion. And like every culture has had it. So we need to get back. And it's going to be more hydrating than like a dry sandwich or something like that at lunch. This end, it's alkalining, you know, it's got all these wonderful vegetables in it. So please, if you can get burdock, and I hope you can, start to play with it. So I've given you 3 ways. You know, you can juice, 4 ways. You can juice some. Just put it in with whatever vegetable juice you're doing. Put it in a piece. You can eat it raw like carrot sticks. You can make a wonderful burdock root soup. And you can do the tempera, which is equal amounts, matched it. So I said I have to do a video on this. Big, big, big important for the liver and helping to heal your liver. And we all need that because our livers, with glyphosate being in 75% of the air, soil, and water, we need to nurture our bodies so it can deal. Our bodies are amazing. They can deal with if we support them. Okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing and being on my channel. And please put a like if you like it. Ask questions. I love passing on information like this. So this will cook maybe 30 minutes, I think. And then at that point, I'll add the bok choy. And I'll either add sea salt or I'll do miso and just let it simmer for a bit. So think about this, 50 times more grounding than any other root vegetable. Okay, that's huge. And we need to be grounded again. There is so much anxiety, so much fear. You know, I don't even watch the news anymore. What is it going to change whether I watch it or not? I need to be doing videos like this, positive, and constantly learning positive things that we can do to really, really, truly nurture ourselves. So, you know, taking an Epsom salts bath, having getting out, having a wonderful mug of soup, you know, a beautiful mug of soup. So, and if you want to have crackers with it, the Hugh Company makes these gluten-free, good crackers that you could have with your soup. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and hopefully this is something you can try. Take care. Until the next time.